pretty much move the country forward. And in this Finance Bill 2026, many say it is not Mwananchi friendly because of the additional taxes. Say in the digital economy, there's tax that has been added there. You talk about EV market as well, because that was meant to make it easier for the country to move. There's tax that is there as well on solar panels.
Yes.
You talk about mobile money, digital taxes, income tax adjustments, energy transport. And many say the country that we find ourselves in today, our problem is not on revenue, it is on expenditure. And in the finance bill, we're not saying any adjustments in the expenditure side to say that we know that we are in the red, we are raising taxes, but we are also cutting XYZ to make us retain more to spend within the country for development and all that. So from where you sit, can Mwananchi today say this is pro us?
In this budget,
pro Mwananchi in any way? Because at the end of the day, the people who will be implementing whenever it becomes an act of parliament is Mwananchi.
When this budget making is made, the last person on their mind is Mwananchi. That's why when William Ruto reduced the other day fuel by 10 shillings, you saw IMF making noise. Saying that if he continues doing that, he's distorting market prices, and then he's most likely to default on the maturing loans before the end of June. So this budget is not made in the best interest of us as Kenyans. If it used to happen like that, I think it's a few years ago. Today, it's trying to milk anything out of us as people to cover the obligations they have on the table. So it's upon us as the people to look at these documents and decide that the only thing that is pro us is a rejection of these proposals so that we can come up with other ones. Otherwise, when we let them to decide for us, we are cooked. Because it's not in our interest why they are sitting. It's in the best interest of how do we, and actually the reason why we talk about debt every day is because it's the biggest issue we have. Before 30th June, the government needs 800 billion to pay debt. In our own revenue, we cannot raise more than 500. So why do they need 300 billion? That's why they have come for diesel. If they are not going to get that 300 billion, they will securitize what they have, which means they will use it as security to obtain a bigger loan.
Collateral for more money.
Yes, to pay this one, which means we are even robbing Paul to pay Peter. It's no longer borrowing from Paul to pay Peter.
You're robbing him.
Yeah, we rob him. So if we continue like this, we are going to a grinding halt.
So what does a hard stop look like when the coach says, okay, guys, time out, stop it, you're doing a total mess here, and then you call the team to the huddle? What's being said in that huddle that needs to happen in order for things to turn around? You said it's too late. There's nothing that William Ruto can do.
Yeah, for them.
But then there must be something if you're spiraling out of control in the way in which you look at it, because no matter how thin you slice it, the truth of the matter is that even if there are two sides to this thing, you cannot operate optimally with the kind of debt that Kenya has and the obligations that it has to pay. So what do you do?
Well, it's now not on them. It's on us. For them, out of the money they have looted from these borrowing things, they have constructed their safety boats. In the case of total collapse, they can jump on their safety boats and rush to some safe havens. It's now on us as the people to come up with other ways of correction to this mess. And the only chance we have is 2027. We messed with that one, and we will have ourselves to blame. Because we will have to look among the people who want to lead government differently, who has the capacity to deal with this issue of debt. Because it doesn't matter who sits on that chair. The first thing they are going to face, it's not anything else. It's the books from Treasury.
So how do you fix it?
Yes.
And I think this is the thing, that even if you propel yourself into the future, how do you fix this problem? Because let's look at the problem, right?
Yeah.
You have 100 shillings right now, give or take 70 of that goes to debt. You've got 30% left. You've got 30 shillings left.